Good, happy Sunday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. 7-alarm fire at Rochester restaurant under control. Crews are still on the scene putting out hot spots and investigating the cause. Finding Dory, popularity rises, concerns for future of species. Finding Dory has broken box office records for animated films, bringing in $136.2 million over the weekend. But this smash hit has some expert worried about Dory's appeal as a pet. Drama continues after organizers officially cancel Laconia Fest Saturday. People working Laconia Fest said they weren't able to pay staff and give refunds, so they did what they could to raise money Saturday. Man dies in rollover on Spalding Turnpike Saturday night. One man died after his pickup truck rolled over on the Spalding Turnpike in Rochester Saturday night. High temperatures expected to kick off summer. Although the first day of summer isn't until Monday, it certainly feels like summer on Sunday. Car accident in Pelham closes parts of Mammoth Road. Parts of Mammoth Road between Burns and Bush Hill Streets was closed after an accident Sunday morning. Community comes together to get a new van for paralyzed UNH student. A University of New Hampshire student who was paralyzed 6 years ago is in need of a new van, and the community is rallying to help. Rochester police are investigating case of pedestrian hit by car. A Rochester man is recovering after being struck by a car on Saturday afternoon. Westwood High School athletes become inspiration after traumatic brain injury. A Westwood teenager is an inspiration for her lacrosse team as she makes a courageous recovery from a devastating injury. New Hampshire Democrats roar as Warner attacks Trump as thin-skinned racist bully. After about 20 minutes of non-stop Donald Trump bashing at the New Hampshire Democratic Party state convention Saturday, Senator Elizabeth Warren stopped, took a breath, and said, "I really could do this all day." Additional antlerless deer hunting permits to be available soon. Hunters may want the chance to take additional antlerless deer in wildlife management units L&M in southeastern New Hampshire during the fall hunting season will soon be available to buy special permits. Elizabeth Warren bashes Trump at Democratic State Convention. Donald Trump came under fire at the New Hampshire Democratic Party convention Saturday. Family of 2-year-old boy drowned by gator at Disney Lagoon issues statement. The family of a 2-year-old boy who died after being pulled into a Disney Lagoon by a gator issued a statement on Saturday morning. Retiring principal honored at Concord High School graduation. Gene Conley has spent 14 years As the principal of Concord High School, he was diagnosed with ALS 2 years ago and said 2016 would be his last year at the school. Donald Trump's path to victory. Donald Trump has vowed to remark the election map by winning states that have been reliably blue in recent circles. But the GOP's best pollster says his bluster is a long way from aligning with reality. The Brexit vote could cause a huge buying opportunity. Wells Fargo. Take a listen to the video from CNBC.
Name of the game is creating this market amidst volatility. What's the best strategy that you can give investors right now as they sort of brace for this over the next couple of weeks?
Well, Jackie, now here's the problem. When I was fresh out of college and I was standing on the floor at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in the S&P 500 pit, you can trade this market, and there's a lot of volatility and opportunity. But you have to remember, retail clients, they are not that light on their feet. They have a plan. They need to stick to that plan. If they think they need a little more cash coming into it, that's fine. They can raise a little bit of cash. But they need to remain invested. They need to look for things like the consumer discretionary sector, industrials, technology, healthcare, which is a little more defensive, obviously. But they need to be stepping in here. They need to be assertive. They need to stay invested, and they don't want to panic on.
Okay, there you go on that report. Former teacher, Orlando nightclub gunman's wife had difficulty understanding things. Take a listen to this report from ABC News. Good Morning America.
The new developments and new information in the Orlando nightclub attack. Overnight, there were some emotional moments at a capacity soccer game in Orlando. In the 49th minute, a moment of silence to honor the 49 victims.
As you can see in the stands there, a sea of rainbow flags and 50 empty seats, honoring the nightclub victims, as well as Christina Grimmie, the popular young singer who was fatally shot after a show in Orlando the night before the terror attack. The whole crowd there singing the national anthem together.
Also overnight, a funeral for a 32-year-old Christopher Linehan who died in the Pulse nightclub. As you may remember, 1 week ago this morning, we heard those emotional pleas from Christopher's mother as she searched for her son.
It's terrible. He's my only child.
Such an anguishing scene, and we are thinking of her this morning. Meanwhile, as the city prepares for another huge vigil tonight, we are learning much more this morning about the woman at the center of the investigation, the killer's wife. ABC's Lindsay Janis is right there in Orlando this morning. Lindsay, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. It has been 7 days since the Pulse nightclub attack, and since then, authorities have been investigating whether the gunman's wife had any involvement. And this morning, we're learning more about her.
This morning, a former teacher of Orlando terrorist Omar Mateen's wife providing new details about the challenges of Noor Salman's youth. In an exclusive interview, Susan, who asked us not to use her last name or show her face, telling ABC News Salman had learning difficulties and was in all special education classes.
Noor had difficulty with retention. She had difficulty with conceptualizing, understanding. She tried hard. She was very sweet.
She believes Salman would not be capable of helping her husband plot his attack.
I thought she is incapable of being an accomplice. Absolutely incapable. I think that she doesn't realize consequences of her actions.
Salman's family denying Noor had any involvement in the shooting. In a statement to ABC News over the phone, telling us Noor is completely innocent and unaware of the attacks, and confirming she was a special education student who does not understand cause and effect. Also this morning, documents obtained by ABC News revealing details about the troubled past of a young Omar Mateen. Junior high and high school records revealing 15 suspensions. One of them just 2 days after a classmate said he saw Mateen celebrating the 9/11 terror attacks in class.
He was smiling about it. He stood up in class.
Overnight, church bells ringing 49 times at 2:02 a.m., the time that the massacre began 1 week ago. And tonight, a massive vigil planned, just another act of defiance from a city united. Dan and Paula?
And they
Okay, and that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.